Okay, so I know I've been doing a lot of showcases of late. I just think they're super fun, especially with all the things that Ruan Mei and both Shui Yi are able to do. And Shui Yi, I'm right there to finishing her for a showcase, but I forgot to go ahead and level up a light cone. So by the time I get that done, we'll do a showcase on her. And then after all of that, I know I've been doing a lot of them. Like I said, we will be stopping for the quick moment, and then we'll go into the discussion about Dr.Ratio, Kafka, because I know a lot of you are excited for Dr.Ratio. I know a lot of you are excited about Kafka because, you know, they're the upcoming units, and Kafka for sure, someone that a lot of people are looking at into the light cones, the relics, all that type of stuff. Is she still worth it? And we'll be going over all that. Don't worry. All that will be in these videos coming up. And then also Happy New Year's to everyone as well. But today we are going to be showcasing a different type of team, a team that is actually kind of stupid to the point where I'm surprised I beat MOC 12 with this team, and it's a team with 0 sustains. We did end up using Dan Heng, Blade, Hanya, and also Ruan Mei, 2 DPSs and 2 supports. I think that's kind of crazy that I was able to actually do this with only 2 supports and also 2 DPSs. So we're gonna go ahead and look at that, and I'll also be doing it post-com, I guess that's how you say it, because I didn't think I was gonna be able to do it, so I didn't commentate during it. So I'm gonna try my best at trying to commentate it while it's playing. Now this is the run where we're going to be 0 sustaining, I almost said 0 cycle, with this team, which is going to be Blade, Dan Heng, Ruan Mei, and also Hanya. Funny enough, I didn't use Bronya. I decided to opt in for Hanya for the extra skill points and also to help me with the break for the toughness meter. And it's just overall going to help us keep the buffs up for both Ruan Mei and also Hanya, and also the skill points for Dan Heng. And of course, we're hyper boosting Dan Heng with both Hanya and Ruan Mei at the same time. And Blade is there really for the sustain, I guess you could say. He's there to take the damage. He's there to make sure that no one gets hit besides him, which I do get hit a couple times. And as you can see, Dan Heng right now, he is absolutely killing it with the shield evisceration with Ruan Mei for sure. Even though I'm not going to make a showcase at the current moment with Dan Heng and both Ruan Mei, I do think these two are absolutely cracked together just because you lose so much toughness damage when rocking with Dan Heng. And as you can see, I'm trying to see what gets the most value out of Hanya's ult, and I boost Dan Heng up, I get him up, I get Ruan Mei up, and we're just going to go ahead and get our skill point before our last turn delay. And then we're going to go ahead and I think kill this dude. I might be wrong. No, he is that 231k. Sheesh. Now we're going to go ahead and apply burden on him. I think he dies from that. Yep. See, this is a super fast run. You have to make sure you're getting some stuff in. Ooh, 10k crit from Hanya. Let's go. But you got to make sure you're getting some stuff done with this build, because if you don't, you're going to get hit a lot. Now, my main objective was to make sure I take out these guys on the side with the general, because those guys are just going to stack on so much damage. And it was kind of unfortunate that he did take my blade, but it would have been honestly way worse if I didn't have Dan Heng to eviscerate these shields. As you can see from Kafka's damage from her toughness up here, all of it is gone. 120k, which is really nice. Hanya's still helping us get a fat ton of skill points, and we're going to reactivate the field for Ruan Mei's delay. And Ruan Mei's delay is a key factor in why this run kind of went so well, because you're going to get the delay off of these characters, and that's going to make sure that we are able to making sure that we don't take as much damage as we would have, which is a really good thing about Ruan Mei as a support unit. She kind of adds a little layer of sustain while we're in this as well. And then also looking at this is that I wish my blade wasn't like this, where he's stunned and all that type of stuff, because now he can do the follow-up attack, and I would have gotten so much more value out of it. But at least he's taking the damage. That's the number one thing. At least he's taking it. I was scared I was gonna lose, but I'm glad that they opted for someone else other than Blade, just so that I could actually live with them and get my health back. And of course, you see Dan Heng with 387 health. I have no way to heal it, so we're just gonna hope we can get everyone down. I'm glad I got the imaginary break on the general. Kafka still is delayed. We have the Ruan Mei delay on them, so I don't have to worry that much about them. They're not going to wake up anytime soon. This is practically all RNG. These two guys right here, if they would have hit someone else, the run would have been over. That would have been the worst thing ever, and I would have probably cried if that was the case. Because I was like, oh my god, this run is so close to finishing. So they both hit 2 separate targets, which was really good. Of course, Blade hit Ruan Mei where she's already low. Of course, apply burden onto the general, because I really want these other guys to go away. I want them to not be here, and when you kill the general, you don't have to worry about anything. I boost the whole team forward. I'm pretty sure one of them, oh, I just boosted Blade on top of all the enemies, which is really good. I'm pretty sure Blade ends up recovering after this turn. And look at that, 125 health with Dan Heng. Dear Lord, chill it out. But at least we're doing a fat ton of damage with them. I think if I would have maybe came in with another turn with Dan Heng, I would have been messed up. But because Blade and both Dan Heng do so many hits per turn, I basically go ahead and eviscerate this guy. These people are absolutely done and it's over. Boom, delay. So I don't gotta worry about anything. Dang. Look at that. That is so cool. I was able to 0 sustain with this team, and I think that was just a really cool thing to do, especially because I'm not using Bronya, you know? Although I am using Blade and Dan Heng, okay? I chill on me with that. I think this is still a cool thing. I opted not to use Bronya for the skill point usage, but that kind of shows you that characters like Blade, characters like Hanya, characters that people aren't really too keen on looking at, these characters still put in the work. These characters are really good, and I know a lot of people are like wondering, should I get Blade or should I summon for something else? If you want Blade, go ahead and get Blade. Blade is a really great character and a character that can for sure last for a very long time. As you can see, I'm putting him in this sub DPS role and also as a quote-unquote sustain, and he's doing really good. He's making sure that no one else is getting hit because destruction does have a higher taunt value. You also have him doing follow-up attacks, giving himself healing. You have his ultimate giving himself healing again. You can purposely make yourself lose health so that you can get your ultimate out and crack these shields out. And then Ruan Mei just plays so well into this comp just because Ruan Mei adds that added layer of sustain, because you don't have to worry about these people coming out of their break status and then going ahead and starting to damage you. No, they have to take another step back before they can actually start hitting you, and by the time that happens, they're either dead or they're waiting to die. There's nothing else that they can do besides wait. So characters like Blade, characters like Ruan Mei, characters like Hanya, these characters for sure, specifically Blade and Hanya, hold a lot of value if you're able to build your team right. As you can see, this team is very skill point heavy, and with a very fast Hanya and with a very fast and well built Hanya, you are going to get a lot of skill points back, and that's going to play into this type of team with sub DPS and also the main carry being someone like Dan Heng. And then of course Ruan Mei is just a god at this game. I'm not gonna lie to you, Ruan Mei is by far one of the more busted characters for sure in this game, just due to the fact that she adds everything. She literally does, and for the weakness break efficiency, which I think is one of her strongest things for sure, you are getting so much value out of it. When I talk about weakness breaks, when I'm talking about adding a layer of sustain with the delay, with the damage boost, with the penetration, like what doesn't she do to the point where you're just not absolutely murdering everything? I think Ruan Mei is just such a great character. If you are intending on skipping her this time around, well, hopefully she comes back soon enough so that you can get her. But I do think Ruan Mei is just that great of a character. The fact that we can 0 sustain MOC 12 out of all things is a very crazy thing. I'm not gonna lie. 0 cycle is pretty impressive as well. I'm not sure if I'm able to do so. I think I was very close on one run, but I gotta see. But seeing that we can 0 sustain ourselves through a side of MOC 12, that's already an accomplishment in itself, with some people not being able to even be 11 or 10. So other than that, that's going to be it for this video. I think this is a super fun team and super cool thing to try out, because I never thought I was going to get this, so I had to do it live or post-com. So this is super cool. I'm just so happy that this is the case and I was actually able to capture this, because someone like Blade, I need to show him some love. He's one of my favorite characters, and I know a lot of y'all saw that my Blade was actually kind of cracked out when we were showcasing Su Shang. So other than that, that's going to be it for this video. Let me know what y'all think about this team. Let me know what you think about how busted Ruan Mei is being able to allow me to do so. Let's make sure to go ahead and give Blade some love as well, because he was a core component of this team, which is a really cool thing. And then other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. Happy New Year's to everyone. See you on the next one, and peace.